Massive one for the old Wolverines. Huge.
Season decider, some would say.
I mean, dude, like I said, if they drop this one, I can see them losing 4 or 5 games, and it's not going to be because the personnel. It's going to be a coaching thing, and not even because Sharon's out. I think if they lose this one, it's just something inside within is wrong.
So he's out the entire week, right? He doesn't get to be there for practice, film. He doesn't get to be on campus at all.
Nope, he's in his basement. But anyways, this is our second week doing college football.
Yeah.
This is week 4, our second week doing it. 8-5 last week with our picks against the spread. 8-5. Nothing to complain about in the green if you took all 13 picks. But this week, we're going to bounce back. We're going to be better. One step at a time.
No parlay this week.
No parlay, man. No parlay. Shit.
Do our game picks and then just pick of the week and right the ship.
Right, the ship is right. But to get started, we might as well just dive into Michigan, man. Michigan coming off a big win against Central. Michigan, obviously nothing to write home about again, but nonetheless a 60-point win. When you're in that situation, you're supposed to take care of business, and that's what they did. But we got a big one.
Yeah, time to put that behind.
Yeah, but I like how interim head coach Biff Poggi said Bryce got the green light. He said coaches don't win games, players win games, and that is true. You got to let your best players play. You got to let your best players perform and do what they do and play off script a little bit if you have to. And what I've seen out of Bryce last week, baby, I'm fired up. But do you want to start? Well, you can talk about this game first. Obviously, we know I'm the fan. I'm the diehard Wolverine fan. So we'll let you start off with your keys to the game, or who you think's gonna win and all that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, I really wish it was a 7:30 game. Nebraska's fun for those night games, either or. At 3:30, it's still that's college football primetime Saturday spot. That'll be fun. I think Bryce Underwood, you got to let him run around this week. He showed that he can last week. Didn't do it against Oklahoma. If they want to win, you just got to let the kid, be an athlete. But then also you got Justice Haynes, and then I mean that's 20-plus carries a game right there. That's Michigan football, and that's probably what that game will be, a lot of running and a lot of defense. I'll be surprised if that game goes over. Very surprised.
Yeah, I think it's 45.5 or 46.5, something like that.
That's a good defense Rilo's going to face, too. You already know there's going to be pressure all game.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be the best defense he's played against, and definitely all year, maybe ever for him. Only been his second year, but... Go ahead.
I mean, that's probably mainly it I have on the game. I guess the key would probably be, like I said, Underwood, just being an athlete, letting him do his thing instead of training wheels. It's going into week 4. It's no time for that. You got to go, especially you already have a loss. You can't drop games at this point of the season.
Yep.
Especially when you got big Ohio State at the end of the year. So I don't know if I agree with what you said about them losing 4 or 5 games though. If they drop this one, Nebraska's a good team. I could see this just being close, and they lose it.
So you got Michigan. You're taking the Wolverines.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them -2.5.
Yeah, no, I agree. Obviously, the reason I said I can see them if they lose this one. Obviously, they already have 2 losses. This isn't. I know Nebraska's a very tough place to play. Especially on Saturday, that place is going to be electric. This is probably the biggest game in Nebraska football that they've had in recent years. Like, it's everything for them right now, and they're a good program. Obviously, they're one of the, I don't know if you would say blue bloods. Some people have them in, some people don't, just because they haven't done anything in 30 years. But, like, for Michigan, you're the better team. You're the more talented team. You have so much more talent than they do. Some people were saying that the wrong team is favored. I heard people saying that they think the wrong team is favored, and I think the exact opposite. I think Michigan is on the road in a tough environment against a good team, and they're favored for a reason because they are the better team and they're going to get it done. My keys for Michigan, you got to get off the field on 3rd down. You have to. That's a key for everybody, obviously, but that's something that I've noticed watching them. When you're on defense, you have got to get off the field on 3rd down, especially against a quarterback like Raiola. He's leading he's leading the country in passing efficiency. Granted, I don't think Cincinnati's great. I don't. He should have threw 2 interceptions that Cincinnati game. Everyone's saying how he has 8 touchdowns, 0 picks. You go back and watch it. He should have threw 2 against Cincinnati, but he didn't. So I'm not going to sit here and say he should have because they dropped it. And then you got Akron and Houston Christian. That just doesn't do it for me. And he's playing Michigan. I mean, yeah, that's why I watched. I knew Michigan had a big game week 4. And I actually took Nebraska week 1 against Cincinnati. They didn't end up covering, but I watched the whole game. And if you remember, I don't know if you remember this, Cincinnati's quarterback ran for I think he ran for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I mean, Nebraska won 20-17. They didn't cover the 5.5. And it took them an interception in the end zone at the end of the game to seal it. And if Raiola throws those 2 picks that the defense dropped in the first half, I think it was, they could be 2-1, and we're having a completely different conversation.
Yeah, I think that's where I like Michigan too. I'm probably going to go back to more what you were talking about Sunday with turnovers. They didn't really get any last Saturday, but yeah, this Saturday, Raiola. Yeah, I'm not bought in on him yet. I'm probably going to need to see him play well against a team like Michigan a little bit.
I mean, he's definitely good. Like, there's no question. He's good.
He's good, but
I got on here
to see more in spots like this.
And I agree. Michigan can run the ball. They're 15th in rushing offense, and Nebraska's kind of had a hard time stopping the run. They're 75th in the country in rush defense. And Justice Haynes is the leading rusher in the Big Ten. He's the 5th leading rusher in the nation. That's a problem. You pair that up with Bryce using his legs like he did last week, and having the green light to make plays and throw the ball down the field. Like, I'm fired up, man. I feel like I'm playing. The old Bussin' Bowl, too.
I was just going to bring that up. I don't even really watch the show or anything, but I'm just going to say Will Compton's going to be getting active, and then it clicked. Lawan's going to be there too, obviously.
Yep. He's confident too. Well, I mean, he sounded confident. Then I listened to Taylor Lewan made him a bet. He said if Michigan wins, or he said if Nebraska wins, I'm cutting my mustache off for the rest of the year, clean shave for the rest of the year. And he said if Michigan wins, Will Compton has to let his hair grow to the end of the year. And I guess he's a weekly haircut guy. Every Tuesday he gets his haircut, and Will Compton was unsure. Like, he wouldn't take the bet. He said he had to think about it and come up with something, a counter offer maybe. And Taylor Lewan was like, I'm down for whatever. He said, you can name it right now. Whatever you want to do, let's do it. So it is one of them things where Nebraska people, I mean, and just people in general, like, how confident are you? Like, you say you think you're going to win, you say you're going to win, but then when someone makes a wager, you're like, I don't know. So that's where I'm at. Like, I'm very confident. Michigan needs this, like you said. Like, you already dropped one. You cannot drop another one. You can't have 2 losses after 4 weeks. The environment's going to be crazy. That place is going to be rocking. That place is going to be electric. Key for Michigan on defense, though, secondary, bend, don't break. The secondary is our weakness. I mean, we got a good front 7, so I guess the secondary would be your weakness. But bend, don't break. You're going to give up some big plays. The crowd's going to go crazy, but that's life. And I think Jayshon Barham is going to be the game changer.
He's got to take the crowd out early.
Raiola's never seen a guy like him. Never seen a guy like number 1 coming off the edge.
Yeah, if he could take the crowd out early and just let Bryce Underwood, playing a little bit of a slower game, not have him all riled up, making bad decisions, and just fucking throwing the ball everywhere.
And that's what I think Bryce is going to do. Like, they already said they gave him the green light, and you saw it last week. Damn, that's a big-ass glass. Holy smokes. And I think this is Bryce's, like, coming out game. Like, hey, I'm here. Like, I'm the number 1 player in the country, one of the best quarterback recruits ever. Like, I'm here. He's already been on the road. He's already been tested in Oklahoma. Obviously, they're both tough places to play. He played on the road 2 weeks ago at night. And even looking back at that game, like, you saw how Michigan played. Like, it's like they didn't want to get embarrassed in a way. Like, they weren't. They knew that they have a good quarterback, but they didn't. Like, they were unsure on how he would play in that environment, so they weren't letting him play.
Yeah,
like he had
training wheels. It's got to go,
and they're off now. Listen to this. He had more passing attempts against Central Michigan in a game where he didn't finish than he did against Oklahoma the week before. In a game they were trailing the whole time.
Yeah, I was going to say in a game they were losing the entirety pretty much.
And obviously you saw him last week making play. I think he ran. He was a leading rusher with 114 rushing yards. I think only one of them was a quarterback, like a designed quarterback run.
Yeah, he was looking for it. He was looking to tuck it and go make a play.
And I only
watched the first half until it just got disgusting. But
yeah, you see what he can do though. Like, you don't want 6'4", 230 out there, like especially on 3rd down, and you let the quarterback pick up the first down on his leg, using his legs. Like, that's demoralizing. That'll suck the life out of the defense, suck the life out of the crowd. But special teams will be big. Obviously, Michigan's pretty good special teams unit year in and year out. I heard Nebraska has a good punter. I probably should look more into that, but I heard he can flip the field pretty well. We just got to field the fucking punts. I don't want no Rose Bowl punt fucking.
Dude, that'd
be horrible.
So treacherous.
That was everything. The one in the first quarter, too, and then obviously the one at the end of the game was. I'll start puking thinking about it. But there's something people are not talking about enough. And I know, I'm not sure how I feel about it either, but I'm pretty sure Rod Moore is making his return this week for Michigan.
I think
All-American.
I remember them highlighting him in last week's game on the sideline, showing him walking around, and I remember thinking that's a big get as soon as he comes back.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best safeties in the country. He hasn't played. His last football game was a national championship 2 years ago. But if we can get him back in that secondary, I know it'll be his first game. Good God. I know it'll be his first game back in a while. But having a guy like Rod Moore back there in the secondary that you can rotate in against Raiola, like, that's huge. But, yeah, Cincinnati quarterback ran for 100 yards or 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a problem for them. They've had a hard time stopping the run in general. But, yeah, maybe we'll see if they let Raiola sling it. We'll see. I don't know if they've really done that.
I mean, slinging it for him, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sold on him. Slinging it for him is a lot of check down throws.
Yeah, and it's just the competition. Like Houston Christian and Akron, I cannot.
They did their job with them though. At least they're not,
No,
struggling.
yeah, you're right. You are correct. But like I said, I'm throwing a responsible bomb on Michigan. Responsible bomb. Everyone's a little different with how they gamble, but I'm a diehard. We need this game. Michigan needs this more than Nebraska. Nebraska hasn't won a big game since I've been alive. And I think this is a game where Nebraska's a good team, but I think this is a game where they see, okay, Nebraska, they can play with the big dogs. They can play with the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Penn States, but they just don't get over that hump just yet. And the Matt Rule, year 3 rule or whatever, you can miss me with that too. So I'm taking Michigan. I'm responsible bomb on Michigan. I told you earlier, an all caps bomb. Like we're going all in on Michigan. And yeah, I think we're going to get it done. No reason
you can
not
miss him with that.
Miss me with that Matt Rule, year 3 rule.
I like Matt Rule.
I like Matt Rule too.
I didn't like Matt Rule in the NFL.
I
like Matt Rule in Nebraska though.
Yeah, well, he's got a big one on Saturday. He better hope this Matt Rule, year 3, keeps going on its track on Saturday. Because if not, where does Nebraska go from there? Back to mediocre.
I don't know.
Back to being irrelevant in the Big Ten.
Michigan minus 2.5, and the more we keep talking about this game, the more I just keep falling in love with the under.
Yeah. If I had to pick a score, 24-20 Michigan, that hits the under by a point. It could be like 20-16. It could be something weird.
I was just going to say like 21-17.
Yeah, there's the under for you. And the cover.
That's what I like.
And the Michigan win.
21-14, just something weird.
Yeah. But enough of that. Like I said, responsible bomb on Michigan. I'm here for it. I ain't scared of it. I believe in my team. It's a definitely tough game for the public to bet, but I'm riding with my Wolverines. Moving on.
All right, well, yeah, we can get into the team that has already joined the 2-loss club after week 4, after week 3, even worse. We got Purdue at home, 25.5-point favorites. I'll be slamming it. It's a get-right game.
First 0-2 team to ever be in the AP poll, in the AP top 25.
Yeah, we just keep creating new, horrible, fucking embarrassing stats for themselves. Marcus Freeman, also the first head coach to start the year 0-2 twice, I think. So, not a great stat for him. But they beat him 66-7 last year, I think. Purdue is an awful program. And how much more embarrassment can you take, man? How much more embarrassment can we sit here and take? The attention's finally off them. I think this is where they go. And they'll just be able to kind of not look back. I feel like last year you saw it after NIU embarrassment. This year, 2 losses to start the year. What else can you do? You either can lay down or you can go out and just stack wins. And that's what I like Marcus Freeman to do. But you got to do this one first. And I think they go out and lay the hammer down, to say the least.
I agree. Especially the Arkansas the week after on the road. That's not going to be as easy as
that's actually kind of a
it might have looked. Yeah.
That is like my God, they need that more than life. Obviously. But that could be at least a decent win, SEC road win.
I also think Notre Dame's going to cover, but I mean, I took them last week.
So did I.
That was disappointing as all hell. Nothing really much else to say about that. We already talked about it. It's in the past. We move on, but I do like what you said about the attention's off Notre Dame. Like no one's talking about them right now. No one's like looking at them saying like they probably really should be unranked if we're being honest. To be the first team to go with no wins at this point and still be ranked it is what it is. The AP poll is horse shit in my opinion. Oh well. But yeah, I do. I mean, and like you said, 61-7 or something last year on the road.
66-7 on the road.
Yeah.
I think C.J.
That
Carr
is
actually
called
played
belt
a couple
to
snaps
ass.
in that game last year. I think that was his only play time.
And with it being at home again, they didn't have to go anywhere. They could have that sour taste in their mouth on Sunday from the game on Saturday night. You go and you win by 4 touchdowns. It shouldn't be a problem. If you want to win out and have a chance at the playoffs, like you said, it starts right now.
That right there is just that's the glaring number for me. If you can't outscore Purdue by 4 touchdowns after the 2 performances you've shown, well, then we just severely overrated this team this year, which I'm not on that yet. I mean, 2 close losses to 2 good teams. But kind of more on that with the attention being off them, as much as it kind of is. I think the media is already rolling out the red carpet, as we can see with them being still ranked in the AP. I've seen people already talking about it, that if they just went out, well, Notre Dame will be in. So people are pretty much already just booking that already. I'm not talking about that. There's so much football left to be played, but be ready for it because it's probably going to be the outcome, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's Notre Dame for you.
And you can obviously tell I'm not happy about it because it's kind of an embarrassment. It's not a good look.
Can make an argument Nebraska should be ranked ahead of them. Nebraska's not ranked at all. But like I said, they haven't played nobody.
You're not going to get any
Cincinnati's
argument from me from whoever has a win should be ranked in front of them at this point. My God, they haven't won a game.
Yeah.
They took a bye week this early in the season, and what's the show here?
79th in the country in scoring offense for Purdue. That's bottom half of the country.
Yeah, but Notre Dame's ranked even lower than that in team defense, down there in the 80s, and it's prove it time. It's prove it time. They might as well just start throwing blanks up.
Total yards, Notre Dame's down there 102nd. Passing yards, 127th.
I think I saw Rush. They might be in the 80s. Either way,
Rush, they're 63rd. Points, they're tied for 118th. That is absolute horseshit. Offense is pretty mediocre. I mean, they played 2 really good teams, though. We're not going to act like they played 2 slouches. I think Texas A&M is really good. Miami, obviously, very good. Like, they didn't play slouches, and it was the last second. They could have – both games could have went either way. One was on the road, one was at home. That's even more why I like them to cover.
It goes back to KYP and also that last-second play. Know your personnel. You have Drake Bowen, a linebacker, in an obvious passing situation out there guarding a tight end. What are we doing?
Hey. At least they had 11 players on the last play of the game in a big game at home. At least they had 11 guys on the field.
We're learning the fundamentals, man. We're getting
One
that
step at a
football
time.
101, baby. Come on. Come on.
One step at a time, brother.
More on the defense. Marcus Freeman this week pretty much said without saying that Chris Ash will be in less control of decision-making on game days, pretty much putting more responsibility on him. And Mickens, the DB coach, who honestly, I was kind of depressed that he didn't just get the D coordinator job. I thought he was next in line, but they decided to hire from outside. But I'm glad to hear that. Marcus Freeman, honestly, probably should have been doing that after the Miami game. But, new coach, probably giving him a second chance.
Yeah, give him a second chance. And I mean, you got to make changes. Like, if you don't make any changes after 2 losses in a row, what are we doing? But I trust Marcus Freeman. I trust the Notre Dame veteran guys. We talked about it before. You look at the national championship roster. You look at the roster now, you see a lot of similar names, a lot of similar faces. You got to get it done. You don't just beat this team, you beat the living hell out of them, and I think that's what they're going to do.
That's exactly why I really don't want to bet on him again. I don't want to bet on him again the rest of the year. But this is probably a spot where I have to. Don't really have a choice because they need to go out there and just beat their ass.
Oh, yeah.
But
non-negotiable.
Also, you see that stuff about C.J. Carr? Against Texas A&M Saturday, the tip and plays.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, I think they guessed just about every play correctly for run or pass, but like 3 I think I saw. The way he was staggering his feet pre-snap was just a direct tell as to whether or not it was going to be a run or a pass. How's that happen? It's high school.
The hell's his problem? Is he scared?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That is kind of, like I said, high school stuff that usually gets cleaned up pretty quick, but that's also just a reflection of preparation. And obviously that's something they struggle with, I think, is preparation between Sunday and Friday. That's their biggest problem.
Yeah. Well, they got a chance to bounce back and really take some anger out on the Boilermakers, who have been a pretty poverty program since they beat Ohio State. Upset them a couple years ago, but
dude, poverty.
I think we're in agreement. We both got Michigan. We both got Notre Dame. Let's see if that trend continues. Friday night, Rutgers and Iowa. Big Ten opener for both of them. Iowa, their offense has been the same offense for the last 100 years, which I would like to label as horseshit.
Yeah, just our entire lives. Bad.
Horseshit.
Sleepy.
Defense, great.
Sure.
Snooze fest. But yeah, I'll make my pick here first. I know we talked about it earlier. I like Rutgers here. They're 2.5-point dogs. Last time I checked, they're still 2.5-point dogs at home under the lights on Friday night. And I think Michigan has played Rutgers a couple times the last few years on the Big Ten opener. And I'm pretty sure they're both at Michigan. And Rutgers plays tough. Like, they always played Michigan tough. Kinda. But the beginning of Big Ten play for Rutgers, I think they're great. And they're very scary. I think they're a lot better than some people may think. Just because that OU game was a little close. But we see OU is good. Like, we see Ohio they're a good team. They're well coached. They have a great quarterback.
Known football school.
Yeah. See, I'm going to take it. They got Rutgers plus 2.5, and that's plus money right now. So you could probably.
I'm getting that at +3 on a old DK. I know no free
that was
promo
on
here,
ESPN.
but
yeah, no free shoutouts.
But either way, I'm probably agreeing on that side too. I like Rutgers. I just think their offense is more explosive, and yeah, I was just sleepy on offense.
Yeah, they are. Watching an Iowa football game is like watching grass grow in your front yard. It's like, holy smokes. You're just waiting on someone to. I don't even know what you're waiting on. You're just waiting on something. You're waiting for the game to be over at that point.
Yeah, and honestly,
you're wondering why you're there.
Kind of tracking back with the whole OU stuff, joking aside, Rutgers scored points on them. They ran it up and did it with ease. I think they scored on every single drive in the first half against OU, and that was game 1 of the year.
Yeah.
And like you said, OU's obviously respectable. I mean, they held West Virginia to 10 points. Went into the shoe last Saturday, put on a respectable performance. So, I don't know, a little respect on Rutgers, man. I think that 2.5 it's a good spot. No,
I agree. And we're 3 for 3. This is getting out of hand, but I think these next couple we might be disagreeing. But yeah, Michigan, Notre Dame, Rutgers, all covered. Utah, Texas Tech, big noon kickoff. I know you liked Utah here. I like Texas Tech here. You brought up a good point. Utah is a wagon at home, which they are.
It's not a night game, though. That's the only thing
Yeah. No, that's going to be a great game, too. The total 57.5. Obviously, it's going to be high scoring. Close game. Spread only 3.5. Go either way. Utah's quarterback is still kind of, Yes, he's good. He puts up some numbers. But I don't know. This is going to be a real game for him. He's lucky he's at home or he'd be in trouble. Texas Tech can score too, man. Texas Tech is leading America in points right now. I think they're averaging like 58 a game or something.
Yeah, they're solid. These are also games.
Score.
I feel like every year Texas Tech just always is able to score. But once we get into conference play, things like this, you start to kind of see them trickle off a little bit.
Yeah.
I like Utah as a program. Like I said, I like them playing at home. And this is probably a spot where I'm just going to ride with the home team, and hopefully it plays out my way.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad decision, but yeah, I don't know. Utah can really run the ball, and Texas Tech's strength on defense is their run defense, so it's kind of going to be strength versus strength, which I like. But yeah, I think I'm going to roll with Texas Tech. I wouldn't be surprised if they won outright, but I'm going to lay the points, 3.5. I don't think this is going to be in a 3.5 or 3-point game. Or I think it's going to be a 3-point game either way. I think if Utah wins, they win by 3. If Texas Tech wins, they win by around 3. But I'm going to take Texas Tech, but with the 3.5 there. Watch a good game to start the college football Saturday.
I mean, I like Utah in the game to win. Honestly, the value on the money line it's not bad. It's -155. But above all things, I do like the over.
Oh, they're gonna be fireworks will be. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
That game will be 35-32, but.
And then I think the next one here we'll also be disagreeing on as well. My God, I think my neighbor almost just came through my wall.
Holy shit. And which one would that be?
I think it is Auburn at Oklahoma. We'll also be disagreeing on there. I'm taking Oklahoma -6.5. Yeah. I don't like the revenge spot as much as I typically do. I'm a big Mateer guy, so give it to me.
No, that's respectable, and I'm gonna go with the opposite. I am gonna roll with Jackson Arnold in the old revenge game going back to Oklahoma. They had a little dead spot. I mean, they played South Alabama last week. Could have been a little look-ahead game. Obviously, South Alabama is South Alabama, but I don't think they're as bad as people think. But going back to Auburn, I think Auburn's good. I went against them week 1 against Baylor. They obviously, bless you, Lord have mercy. They obviously broke my heart week 1. They were out there scoring. So, and I think, like I said, Oklahoma, I watched them, obviously looked into them a lot when they were about to play Michigan and watched the whole game. They're damn good. That defense is damn good.
I was just going to say that defense is stout. They were physical.
No, they are.
Like, you don't watch Michigan get out-physicaled a lot. They out-physicaled them on both sides.
They did. That they did.
Arnold already did burn me once, though. We talked about that right before we started recording, and I'll be pretty fired up if he does it again. He'll just be on the do not bet against list the rest of the year if he does it to me again.
What's this total at? 47.5? I don't know. Just something is, like, I want to take Mateer because obviously after that Michigan game, I gave credit where credit was due. Like, they won. They beat Michigan's ass. Mateer was a big part of that. He's going to be in New York for the Heisman. I just think that touchdown, I feel like it's just such a trap. Like, I feel like it's that close for a reason. Vegas obviously knows what they're doing. I don't think Oklahoma's going to lose, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. So I'm going to lay the points with Auburn there, the Jackson Arnold revenge game. See, I mean, he's locked in. He is locked in. Brandon disappeared. He's gone. What are you doing?
And back to regular scheduled program. Fall allergies, man. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch is right.
I want to talk about with Oklahoma.
Well, you know what it is or no?
Nope, we can just move on.
All right, you got Oklahoma covering the 6.5. I got Auburn covering the 6.5. That should be interesting.
Physical dominance. Keep it going.
Yeah. I mean, Oklahoma's obviously the better team.
That's what it was. Also, not a night game. Not a night game.
That's why I like Auburn even more.
Michigan, Nebraska, not a night game. Oklahoma, Auburn, not a night game.
Yeah, they're going to be playing at the same time.
Yeah, not a fan of that scheduling there.
Moving on, we can hit this. These games are also at the same time. Let's hit Miami first. Let's hit the Gators versus the Hurricanes first. I'll go ahead and start because I took Florida to cover last week in Death Valley. That ended up being, I could have drove my head through that door that I'm looking at right there and just...
I think you along with all Florida bettors, 100% of you folks.
When DJ Lagway throws 5 interceptions. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5. Florida's defense was playing great. LSU's offense was going nowhere. Like after every interception, I was like, oh, that's it. Florida's defense got the ball back for him. Pick. That's it. Florida's defense gets the ball back for him. And like I said, we didn't think they were going to go win. I took them at 6.5. And they couldn't cover that. And obviously I think very highly of Miami. Watching them against Notre Dame and watching them against USF last week. They're for real. As much as we may not like Carson Beck, he's a dog. He's been in college forever. He knows what he's looking at. Yes, experience matters, especially at the quarterback position. So I don't know. I'm not going to keep this long. Billy Napier, see you later. Give me the Hurricanes to win by 2 touchdowns.
I love to hear it. Because I'm going the complete opposite direction. I'm taking Florida plus 7.5. I got some decent reasoning. No chance Lagway throws 5 picks again. No shot.
He better never throw 5 picks in a game ever again in his life.
No shot. He ain't throwing 3. He ain't throwing 2. I might give him 1. No, but for real, all jokes aside, I just think it might be a little bit of a, I don't know, not look ahead, maybe a little bit too much partying in Miami, but that's 2 big wins for them already. They're getting a lot of hype. It's a rivalry spot. I know they're at home, but I'm just going to pick my spot against Cristobal. I feel like he always has these games every year where, oh, Miami, they're great, and then they stumble. So I'm going to try to snipe that spot this week and take Florida plus 7.5 coming off atrocity. But like we talked about, he threw 5 picks, and they had a chance to win the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is what you're thinking right now was my thinking last week when I put my money on Florida. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen. Like, there's no way that they play as bad as they did against USF. There's no way they do that in Death Valley against LSU. But, I mean, I don't think you said Miami has 2 big wins. I don't think that South Florida is as big of a win for them.
It's not.
Because, I know, there was a ranked game, but, like, internally, they were, like, they knew, and you could see by the way they played, like, they were confident. They knew they were going to take care of business, and it wasn't going to be close. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you got everybody in the media hyping up USF. I saw them getting big, like, college game day features, which, hey, man, they should. Just on the fact that they've been winning me money, they should. But,
yeah.
No, I think it's a confidence booster more than it is a big win on the schedule. But like I said, I think above all else, I like Miami. They're great. It's just a crystal ball stumble spot that I'm going to try to pick out on the schedule.
No, that's respectable. And, I mean, you never know, like, with these games, it's tough. I know Miami, Florida has Florida State. They're off after this game. They got Florida State after that. So I mean, they got a tough game coming. But I think it's more of a Miami, Florida pick for me because I can't bet on Florida again after that. Like I think it's pretty obvious that I can't run it back and double down with the Gators after that performance they put on. But last game of the night, another 7:30 game. Illinois at Indiana. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that. Who do you got on that one?
I've watched Illinois a pretty fair amount. I bet on him the past 2 weeks. Luke Altmaier is a dog. A dog.
That's real.
Yeah, he gets it done both ways, through the air, on the ground. I think this is kind of a big spread. Honestly, I feel like these two teams are more even than Vegas is given credit for, but I mean the home field advantage is obviously going to put a few points in there, and then I don't know. I guess they just view Indiana a little bit differently. Obviously, they haven't played anybody tough yet, so we don't know the full truth there. But Illinois has. They played in that tough game against Duke. I don't think Duke's fantastic, but it's a lot more of a challenge than who Signetti's been out there against.
And Illinois took care of business on the road too. It was close in the first half. I took Illinois in that game as well. But yeah, they ended up winning 45-19. Only gave up 6 points, I think it was, in the second half. Went in the halftime, made some adjustments. But I do think the 5.5 is too much. That's damn near a touchdown, and I don't. Yeah. Illinois they're a tough. They remind me of my squad. They remind me of Michigan. They're a tough blue collar, pride themselves on being stout on the offensive defensive line. Like you're not just gonna run on Illinois. Like you're just not. It just doesn't happen. Defense is
very bend, don't break, is what I've collected from them so far. They will give up yardage, but they make plays as soon as they start getting in backed up situations.
Yeah, Indiana, you look at their numbers, and this is all like it's a week where like the lesser games are behind you, so you're going to have like numbers that don't really represent exactly who you are against competition, like better competition or a team similar to you. So I think when you do look at Indiana's their offensive numbers, their defensive numbers, their team stats, I don't think you can go off that, and 5.5 is just too much. And I'm going to have to take it. I love Illinois. I think in a couple weeks when they play Ohio State, they beat them too. But even if they don't win this game, being on the road, I feel confident. Yep.
You want to run that back one more time?
I will run that back one more time. Let's see.
Ohio State goes. That kind of went near home, right over the old receding.
Ohio, the old receding. That shit's getting close to your ass crack. No, I'm just playing. Ohio State goes to Illinois on October 11th, a couple weeks away. I picked this game out at the beginning of the year. I said that's going to be a way tougher game than any Ohio State fan is really talking about. And up to that point, and you look at Texas right now. Texas looks horrible. I don't know who Ohio State is. I don't know
who. I feel like we got a decent idea of who Ohio State is. Not year in and year out, but I don't know. You know what you're getting with them.
Yeah,
but yeah, for real, Texas. We didn't discuss that. That's one thing I really regret from Sunday. My God.
Arch Manning, I don't know what's going on with him. Texas, I don't know what's going on with them as a program. But yeah.
Red flags are up, though, that's for sure. They are the most sorry 3-0 team I think I've seen.
But yeah, I think on October 11th, Ohio State at Illinois. I don't care what the number is. Give me the Fighting Illini. I don't care. So yeah, there's a little preview for my pick in a couple weeks, but not that anyone gives a horse's ass. But yeah, so we're both rolling with Illinois this week. Taking the points?
Yeah, I'll be taking the points just to be smart. But honestly, if there's any game we talked about that you want to kind of be risky on, I like Illinois to win this one outright. I really do.
They had a banger of a game last year, I'm pretty sure, too. Did they play last year? Maybe they didn't. But yeah, we did not make a pick of the week. That'll be tomorrow. We'll
just go ahead and release that.
We'll release that tomorrow. Our number one, put your grandma's life on it, pick of the week. He'll do one, I'll do one. Maybe they're the same, maybe not. We don't talk about that. We both make our pick, and then if they line up, they line up. If they don't, they don't. But that should be it. Go Blue. Big one this week. Hopefully your Fighting Irish can beat the shit out of Purdue and kick them while they're down because they need to.
Yeah, I hope C.J. Carr throws for 500 yards and breaks the school record, and honestly, we just don't take the starters out until the fourth quarter. Genuinely, and run up as many points as possible.
I'm with you, and I think they're going to do it. I'm putting my hard-earned money on them to do it, which is very idiotic. I should not be putting my hard-earned money on anything besides bills and stuff. But I like to have a good time, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to eat some food while I do it.
What's the schedule looking like from here on out? What else are we putting out? We got Pick of the Day coming out on the socials tomorrow. Obviously, we dropped the ball with our NFL fiasco earlier this week. I don't know if you wanted to maybe bring that up and talk about it.
Yeah, I will. We had a whole episode recorded on Monday night. It was 51 minutes, 52 minutes, and we had a little bit of technical difficulties with the audio and the syncing of the audio, and I was back and forth with the people the website that we use. They sent me back a couple copies that were just so stupid. Like, they sent me back a copy of that, but it was just you. Like, the one was just you. Like, it was our episode, and you could hear me, but the screen was just your face the whole time.
And
then I asked them to change it.
Or something.
I asked them to change it, and then they sent me back another one with just me. So, and we had it. We still have clips for it. We could still post it, but
no. It's old news now. We'll just try to move forward with it, I guess. Yeah. But I guess anticipate that maybe Saturday coming. Maybe an NFL preview Saturday, possibly.
Yeah.
See how things
we'll get this one out. 7 games. We'll post these picks as well. No parlays, just straight up bets of what we think's going to happen. And, that's it.
Yep.
Looking forward to this weekend, man.
Pick of the day. And we'll post the full cards for each of us. Yeah, right. Like I said, right the ship and hit some bets.
So we need good energies, good vibes. Another week in the green. Let's hope.
I can smell the football already. Can smell it already.
But all right, bro. Go eat your dinner.
Yeah,
go Blue, baby. Go Blue.
Go ahead on that.